So to be totally honest, I struggled to come up with my personal growth goals this year. Normally in December, they're like flowing, like I know what I want to focus on in the upcoming year. And this year I just felt a little more stuck. I'm not really sure what it was, but I actually questioned if I was going to create a personal growth plan for the first time in years. I just didn't feel inspired to do it. And then once I started to dive into my plan, I started to feel more and more motivated and I got really excited. If you want to know more about my personal growth planning system, I do have a workshop available, how to create a personal growth plan that will change your life in 60 minutes or less. You can find more information on that in the video description. There's a link to the workshop. But today what I wanted to chat about is just some ideas of motivating personal growth goals for busy moms, just to help you kind of get the juices flowing. If you were watching this video and it is March, April, May, it is later in the year, have no worries. You can jump in with these topics at any time. And in the next episode, I'm actually going to be sharing with you how to take these growth areas and break them into action steps that you can focus on. So I think setting personal growth goals is so flipping important for moms, because we're really modeling this process for our kids. Personal growth is not an accident. And for years, I just sort of assumed it would happen naturally. Like when you're a kid and you just like grow, you know, it's like, you don't think about it. It just happens. I sort of thought personal growth was the same way. You would just have new experiences, meet new people, and you would just grow. And that is true in a sense that that does happen. But at the same time, like if you put it that way, you really have very little control over the outcome. And if there are things that you want in your life, if there's a certain dream life that you're trying to achieve, if you're trying to achieve sort of that best version of yourself, there are some concrete ways that you can do that. And really the biggest way is to set personal growth goals that will inspire you and someday inspire your kids to follow in your footsteps, hopefully, with their own personal growth journeys. So I want to take a few minutes to share with you just some ideas. Again, these are just sort of a random list that I'm going to throw at you of different personal growth areas that you could focus your goals on. They're not necessarily specific goals, but they're areas that you can break down later. And again, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss next week's episode about how to do that. So one of the first goal that I want to share with you for personal growth is controversial, I'll say. So the first one is physical health. Now, I want to take a moment to just explain that, because to me, physical health is a part of your personal growth, but it is not your personal growth. Your personal growth has nothing to do with your dress size. It has nothing to do with how you look. It really doesn't. And it always bothers me when moms associate their personal growth plan with like the number on the scale. Like those are not the same thing. So I just want to be super clear about that. That being said, physical health is very it's more concrete to track. So you can sort of establish activities easier that you're able to track, or you can track numbers, data, those kinds of things. I would say I first got concrete with my own personal growth when I started really honing in on my physical health and how I was keeping up with that. So just something to keep in mind. And again, I don't want anyone to believe that your personal growth is directly associated with your physical health. They are related, but that is just one goal area that you could think about. Another one is creating healthy boundaries in your relationships. So important, something that I am working on. Career, marriage, parenting, growth mindset. One of my personal growth areas this year in 2023 that I'm focusing on is an abundance mindset, which is connected a little bit to growth mindset, but it's that idea that there's sort of limitless opportunities and money and experiences and learning that can happen to sort of avoid that scarcity or lack mindset that creeps in every once in a while. Some other ideas for personal growth goals are focusing on friendship, self-love, confidence, creativity, energy. I think that energy would be super interesting to dive into as a personal growth goal, trying to sort of track your energy and see kind of what your triggers are and what helps you and what doesn't help you. That could be really interesting. Things like productivity or your presence, your relationships with technology, all of those are personal growth areas that you could focus on to be more strategic and meaningful about your growth. If you're curious about more ideas, I have a super comprehensive list, very long. I will not bore you with all of them now, but you can check that out over on my blog. Again, in next week's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you how to take that personal growth area and break it down into action steps, which is the secret sauce to really making your personal growth happen. It's not, unfortunately, not quite enough to say, all right, I'm going to focus on abundance mindset and then do nothing deliberate to actually move the mark on that area. So be sure to check that out. And if you are really wanting to see sort of the behind the scenes of my process and how I pick this personal growth area and how I turn it into my plan for the year, you can again check out the workshop that is listed below in the video description. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up so that other moms can find it on YouTube. And you can also subscribe using the red subscribe button below to make sure that you don't miss next week's episode. All right, mama, keep growing. Don't forget, little eyes are watching. Have a great day.